what's up? Andres here, and today I am going to be doing a bulk review. Today I am going to be reviewing 3 albums. They were all released last week, if not the week before that. They're just fresh in my mind, so that's why I kind of want to get them out of the way so I can start working on some other stuff. The first album I'm going to be reviewing is going to be Folie by a Novelist. This is a prog death concoction that I don't understand. Well, I didn't understand it at first. It was really weird. It is good though. It really comes off as one of the artsier records of the year so far. It's really progressive. It has a lot of clean parts stacked with heavy sections, and it just all comes together to create a pretty cool ambience and pretty cool feel to the album. It's not the best I've listened to it this year. It's still really good though. Like, it's really enjoyable. That's for sure. So this one is actually going to fall into the 6.8, 7 category, around those terms. I don't believe it's one of the greater albums this year, but I still do think it's worth a listen, or two at least. Next album is an album that I was told before I listened to it was album of the year material. This is Ethereal by Shokran. I don't think it's album of the year material, if I'm honest. It just kind of sounds a little bit okay to me. It's not bad by any means either. But it's still just kind of meh, in my opinion. It doesn't really come off as one of the best albums this year. It kind of feels like the Harp Machine, but a little bit better, at least in comparison to the newer Harp Machine songs that have been releasing, because I know that this singer is actually in the Harp Machine now. I think it's good. It's just not as great as I was told. I was told it would honestly be album of the year, and I didn't think it was album of the year. Well, I mean, obviously we still have 11 months or 10 months to go, but still, it's just not that great in my opinion. Let's get to the point. Let's just fucking rate the album. This album is going to be 6.8-ish, 7 mark. Good. But it's just, I found a lot of the songs to be kind of repetitive. The whole like Middle Eastern vibe that they sometimes go for, which I know can be done really well, as Orphan Land did last year. If you haven't checked that out, go check that album out. It's honestly, I missed that album completely last year, and if I could, I would put it in my albums of the year list last year, because it's amazing. It's honestly really good. Having listened to this, it's just not the same thing. You know, obviously the style is completely different. This is more a deathcore-ish vibe, but still, it's just not that great in my opinion. The next one is going to be The Heretics by Rotting Christ. Backstory, I listened to Rotting Christ's 2016 album. I was amazed by that album. I know a lot of people don't enjoy it too much because they say it's been like a downward spiral for Rotting Christ because they're not as heavy. They're more onto the groovier, like theatrical side of black metal. I personally don't give a shit. I really like it. It just sounds really awesome. There are a lot of songs that sound kind of similar. I think that's the point. Like, this album is, I think, supposed to feel like a ritual, just like Rituals did. Honestly, Rituals did feel like a ritual. I think this album is kind of trying to achieve the same thing, but also not really, because it's a total different subject matter. Now, this album doesn't have songs in Latin, and it's not like really satanic and whatever. It's just more on the theatrical and criticizing religion side of things. It's still Rotting Christ's sound, but it's not the same as Rituals. If you're looking for Rituals 2.0, you're not going to get that, because for example, this album has solos. It has guitar solos in it, and that's a very, very weird characteristic for a black metal album. Now, let me highlight a few songs that I think you have to listen to. Have to listen to Heaven and Hell and Fire. That song is just fucking cool. It's nice. Go listen to it. Just give it a listen and you'll think you like it. The Raven, oh boy. The Raven is so amazing. Now, if you're not familiar with The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe, is one of the greatest, or at least a lot of people find it to be one of the greatest poems of all time, especially in kind of the gothic, romantic side of things, because it's really eerie. Honestly, if you read it by yourself, you'll be kind of scared. There's just a lot of play on words, and there is a lot of imagery for death. And well, I mean, the raven kind of could represent death to some people. Whatever. I'm not gonna get into that. It's just they use that same poem and they put it into a song created by Rotting Christ, and it has their sound, and I can love it. Honestly, it's just so great. It's so fun. I think that's what Rotting Christ tried to do this album. They try to make it a little bit more fun to listen to, and I don't think it is more accessible. That's definitely not the case. It is still as heavy and as weird as Rotting Christ tends to be. It's just more on the theatrical side of things, as I've stated before. Yeah, another song you should listen to is The Voice of the Universe, Fire, God, and Fear, Vetrizlai, I don't know how to pronounce that, Dies Irae. And if you can get your hands on the deluxe version, go listen to the last two songs, the two bonus songs, or well, technically it's one last one, big ass song. It's The Sons of Hell Part 1 and Part 2. That sums up to be about 8 minutes 20 seconds, so it's so good. I know I've been talking about this album quite a lot now, so I'm just gonna get into the scoring. I think this album is honestly pretty close to Album of the Year material. Now, at first I was really amazed at how good this was, and I went on a limb and said, yeah, this is going to be the Album of the Year, even though, you know, we still have 10 months to go, and Children of Bodom are releasing an album, and Dream Theater are releasing an album which I hope will be decent to some extent. This is just really great. It's just really great. Score is going to be easily around 8.8 to 9. Like, it's easily 2 points above the other two records. I could talk about this for a really long time, but I am going to end that off right here. If you guys want me to do more of these bulk reviews where I just review a bunch of albums in one sitting, I could even do classic reviews, as in, like, I review classic albums. It doesn't always have to be in the newer stuff that I listen to. Comment that down below. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe, hit the notifications. I will see you guys on the next one, and have a great day. Stay metal.